I'll see you in hell, baby.
Hello, I am Jason Hahn from Screen Rant, and today I am very excited to talk to two of the lovely actresses from Spy Family. And I am speaking with the amazing talent behind Anya, Megan Shipman, and Yor, Natalie Van Sistine. I love the film. I actually watched it with my 12-year-old son who has never seen any Spy Family. So it was his very first intro to everything, and he loved it. Especially Bond and Anya's relationship. Just anytime the little ding 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 goes on, he's just like, "Oh, it's happening!" It was adorable. But yeah, I've got a whole list of questions, and Megan, I'll go ahead and start with you if that's okay. But do you have any dogs of your own that have helped inspire how Anya and Bond interact?
Yeah, I have my own dog. His name is Jamie. He's adorable. He's half Chihuahua, half Schnauzer, but he looks more Schnauzer. But he has a very big personality. Has quite the attitude. And so, yeah, he's adorable and I love him.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you and Bond's voice actor usually record together to kind of get that like dynamic?
No, we
A
all
little bit.
actually record separately. So
Yeah.
everything's done separately. And Tyler's great. But yeah, I let my love of dogs. So every time I see Bond, I go, he's such a good boy. And so yeah, I'm extra lovey-dovey with Bond because I love him. He's one of my favorites.
He
So
is very lovable and easy to love. But next one's for you, Natalia. Yours character goes through a large range of emotions throughout the film. Which cadences do you seem to have the most fun recording? Like when she's really direct and serious, or when she's like frantically ranting about her insecurities in her head?
I think the easiest and most natural, oddly enough, is kind of when she's more confident. It kind of sits a little closer to where my voice naturally sits, and it's easier to just like keep that level and be like, I'm gonna do a murder. But I do think it's really funny to I'm gonna do a murder now. Just at like a normal person, normal human
Yeah.
mom. But I do really love when she has these really outrageous internal monologues.
Is that Lloyd? Did I just see him kiss her?
Well, I think the film, without spoiling anything, really captures Yor's whole character with so many different situations, and I think that's something that really helped my son enjoy it too. Is it just encapsulates the entire Spy Family experience in the one movie. So I think a lot of people will enjoy that. But Megan, next one's for you. Your voice Anya's voice reminds me of an innocent, charming performance from like Rugrats, which is one of my favorite shows watching as a kid.
Yeah.
What are some of your inspirations and processes in like crafting Anya's iconic voice?
A lot of it was, and I always say this, it's super funny because there's another actress in the movie. She plays Becky, and her name's Danny Chambers. And what's funny is I had heard Danny years ago in a different anime voicing a kid, and she has this amazing, like, natural kid. Like, she's so good at speaking like a kid, where there's all those like pauses and where a kid's like, and they're like thinking through what they're going to say because their brains are learning and processing words and things. And I remember hearing her do that little kid voice and being like, oh, I want to voice a kid that like do such a realistic kid voice.
That made me really angry. She did that for me?
All right, well, next one's for you, Natalie. Your character is arguably one of the most formidable female characters in anime, which is a refreshing trope that seems to be more commonly, kind of scooting away the whole damsel in distress trope that lasted way too long. Do you feel like the voice acting industry has become more welcoming of an industry for female talent than it was, say, like 10 years ago?
I mean, it's hard to say because I never really experienced any way where it was unwelcome, but it does feel like not so much that it's becoming more welcoming because it was ever not welcoming, but so much so that it does feel like the more time progresses, we are seeing a stronger variety of stories that we are able to tell. And it's not just resigned to being the girl in the room or these particular tropes. And I love that Yor has both the power behind her ability to kill people and her confidence and her athletics and everything, but she also has that very humanizing element, and it just makes her such a much more realistic, well-rounded, interesting character to play. And there's so many more layers you can give to that than when she is than if she were just the idealized assassin and there was nothing else to it. So I think that has been one of the most exciting things, is to see so many more stories about female characters where they are allowed to be messy and complicated and real and get to do a lot more things than just kind of fall into one specific or a narrow specific set of tropes. So not that those characters didn't ever exist, but I feel like the volume and number of them has increased, and we're seeing so much love for them. Like there's really just a staggering amount of good anime out there right now with some really phenomenal leading ladies.
Speaking of roles that I hope was a lot of fun to record, the new season of My Hero Academia is rapidly approaching. And when it does come out, without spoiling anything, I know that there's some incredible scenes for your character Star and Stripe that should be within the first couple episodes of that season. When voicing larger than life roles like her, do you personally like to read those parts of the manga, or do you just like to kind of go from the script and form the character from there?
Yeah, with some of the bigger projects, I definitely do try to visit the manga if I can. So there's been a couple of bigger shows where I'm really glad I have the app on hand, so I can go sneak ahead and see what's going on and kind of understand what's happening with the characters. So I loved immediately, with her, knowing she was a big fan of All Might. I was really immediately drew on that. I was like, how can I with my voice embody kind of the same vibe as All Might, and trying to channel that along with the character design. And I actually went a little safe originally because I wasn't sure if they were going to stick to the manga style. And then she came out in the anime, and she's just a unit. She's here to take names. Yeah. And so actually I had a call back, and they were like, we want to try to match she's so deep, she's so powerful, we really want to encapsulate that. And I was so glad that they let me refine that performance. And I had that inkling that's where they might go, and then I kind of I was like, ooh, but maybe I don't know if the manga is going that way, and I hope the anime does. So I love, oh my goodness, there's some amazing panels that I cannot wait to see them animate that whole art, because it is just so stunningly beautifully drawn. So
also when that little line came out at the end of the previous season where they just were like, here she is, everyone, I was like, oh my god, is that Natalie? I knew it was you, but I was like, oh my god, Natalie, that's amazing. You sound so big.
Yeah, she's so cool. I just think she's really neat.
Yeah, as you said, she's a unit. She is just a massive character, and I think a lot of people are really excited to hear your performance as her, and both of your performances in Spy Family Code White when it comes to theaters near you. But thank you so much for your time today, and I've got to go talk to some of your other colleagues in a little bit. So
yay.
Yeah, thank you so much, and let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's go.